Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Plates. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Okay. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Sorry. Thanks. Check, check, check. You're okay. Check, check, check.
I couldn't hear last time.
Okay, would the translators mind doing it just once more? We heard you the last time, but we're checking something else. Just a quick 10 count, first on English, then on French, please.
And this is the interpreter on English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay, thank you.
8.
Okay, thank you.
everyone. Welcome, bienvenue. As we begin our meeting today and on behalf of Ottawa City Council, I wish to acknowledge that Ottawa is built on unceded Anishinaabe Algonquin territory. The peoples of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation have lived on this territory for millennia. Their culture and presence have nurtured and continue to nurture this land. The City of Ottawa honors the peoples and land of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation and honors all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples and their valuable past and present contributions to this land. For those who are able, please rise for a moment of personal reflection. Thank you, merci. Please remain standing, and I'll ask now Conseillère Plante to introduce the performers of our national anthem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I am thrilled to present Rhoda Joseph, Catania Lionel Walsh, and Olive Mebe, three gifted choirists from the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Orleans. They will be sharing their voices today in honor of Black History Month. Through their powerful harmonies and heartfelt performance, they will celebrate the richness of Black heritage, faith, and resilience. J'ai vu la chorale chanter pour la première fois lorsque j'ai été invitée à participer à un jury de
I
concours.
saw them the first time when I was part of a jury for young talent. The contest was very, very good. Their music reflects the cultural heritage of the Black community.
Go for it.
Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand on passe porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillantes.
Thank you so much for that wonderful, very inspiring performance. Great to have you here today. All right, I'll ask the council coordinator to do the roll call, please.
Councillor Luloff.
Present.
Councillor Dudas.
Ici.
Councillor Hill.
Present.
Councillor Curry.
Here.
Councillor Kelly.
Present.
Councillor Gower.
Here.
Councillor Kavanaugh.
Present.
Councillor Johnson.
Good morning.
Councillor Devine.
Here.
Councillor Bradley.
Here.
Councillor Tierney.
Present.
Conseillère Plante.
Ici.
Councillor King.
Here.
Councillor Troster.
Here.
Councillor Leeper.
Hello.
Councillor Brockington.
Here.
Councillor Menard.
Here.
Councillor Carr.
Here.
Councillor Kitts.
Here.
Councillor DeRuse. Councillor Brown.
Here.
Councillor DeRush.
Here.
Councillor Hubley. Councillor Lowe.
Here.
Mayor Sutcliffe.
Here.
Mr. Mayor, we have quorum.
Thank you very much. Confirmation of minutes from the council meeting on February 12th. Are those carried?
Carried.
Are there any declarations of interest? I'll note the communications on the agenda. Councillor Hubley did send in his regrets. Motion to introduce reports. Councillor Carr.
That the Audit Committee Report 10, Built Heritage Committee Report 21, Environment and Climate Change Committee Report 15, Emergency Preparedness and Protective Services Committee Report 16, Planning and Housing Committee Report 42, and the report from the City Clerk entitled Summary of Oral and Written Public Submissions for items subject to the Planning Act, explanation requirements, at the City Council meeting of February 12th, 2025, be received and considered.
Is that carried? All right, moving to item 10 on the agenda, the Audit Committee report. Item 10.1 is the investigation of the Trillium Line training program. Is that carried? Item 10.2 is the investigation of the building code services. Is that carried? The 2024 report on the fraud and waste hotline, is that received? Item 10.4 is the annual report and updated plan and priorities. Is that carried? From Built Heritage Committee, the designation of 1121 Wellington Street West. Is that carried? 11.2 is the repeal of the bylaw designating 6295 Fourth Line Road. Is that carried? From Environment Committee, 12.1, the Residential Protective Plumbing and Compassionate Grant Program. Is that carried? 12.2 is the Landfill Gas Utilization Agreement Extension. Is that carried? Item 12.3 is the motion from Councillor Menard on energy and greenhouse gas reduction program. Is that carried? Item 13.1 is the Ottawa Fire Services 2025 Station Location Study. Is that carried? Item 14.1 is the zoning bylaw amendment for 256 Rideau Street and 211 Bezerer Street. Is that carried? 14.2 is the zoning bylaw amendment for 1020 and 1070 March Road, 1345 March Valley Road, and part of an unaddressed parcel abutting 1345 March Valley Road. Is that carried?
Dissent.
Okay, dissent from Councillor Kelly. The bulk consent agenda, is that carried? Okay. There are no in-camera items. Motion to adopt reports, Councillor Carr.
Moving right along here, that the Audit Committee Report 10, Built Heritage Committee Report 21, Environment and Climate Change Committee Report 15, Emergency Preparedness and Protective Service Committee Report 16, Planning and Housing Committee Report 42, and the report from the City Clerk entitled Summary of Oral and Written Public Submissions for items subject to the Planning Act, explanation requirements, at the City Council meeting of February 12th, 2025, be received and adopted as amended.
Is that carried? Motions of which notice has previously been given. The COVID-19 remembrance motion. Councillor Kavanaugh, did you want to speak to that? I know it's slightly amended just to specify the location of the flag, right?
That's correct. Yes, thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You've already received a copy of it, and even though it was 5 years ago, I think it's still very prominent in our memories what has happened on that fateful day when we were told to shut down. And we had no idea what the effects would be and how long-lasting the impacts would be. Special shout out to Ottawa Public Health for all the work they did during the pandemic in unprecedented, far-reaching times of having to give advice on something that they could not even fathom the extent. We know that that as of by September 2024, 60,871 Canadians died of COVID-19. And I know even in some of our long-term care buildings, up to 60 people died in one building. This is why we're having this remembrance. And I want to thank my seconder, Councillor Kitts, who's chair of Ottawa Public Health, for her support. We're going to have a lowering of the flag in front of the Heritage Building to symbolize those we have lost. And for many of us, there's people that are very close to us that lost their lives during the pandemic. I think it came as a shock to all of us. So I want to thank everyone who's helped with this, and for all the frontline workers who got us through the pandemic. We should never forget the work that they've done. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Kavanaugh. Is the motion carried? 18.2 International Women's Day. Councillor Troster.
Thank you. I won't read the motion again because I read it 2 weeks ago. It's just to declare March 8th International Women's Day in the City of Ottawa. This is the 3rd year that I've had the honor of doing this in my role as Council Liaison for Women, Gender Equity, and 2S LGBTQ+ affairs. I'm looking forward to seeing my Council colleagues next week on March 8th at our International Women's Day breakfast here at City Hall, where we'll have more in-depth conversations about the many ways in which women still face additional barriers navigating the world and the ways we as a municipal council can help reduce those barriers. For now, I'd like to recognize a trend we're seeing across the country and across the globe, which is a rise in regressive language and attitude towards women and gender nonconforming people. But women are feeling bullied out of public roles and leadership positions. So I respect anyone who makes the choice to step back from a public role to protect their mental or physical safety, but I also want to extend solidarity to the other women around the council table and in leadership positions in the city. It's not easy, and sometimes it feels like it's getting worse, but I promise your voice is more valuable than ever. We need your perspectives, and I hope we can celebrate International Women's Day together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Troster. Is that carried? Motions requiring suspension of the rules of procedure. We have a motion from Councillor Leeper, seconded by Councillor Brown, regarding the requirement for a joint meeting of planning and ARAC on the provincial planning statement. It is time sensitive, so on suspension of the rules, is that carried? Councillor Leeper.
Thank you. I think this is fairly straightforward and procedural, so I'll just skip to the therefore be it resolved. Okay, sorry, the wording's a little bit off. Therefore be it resolved, Council delegate to a joint meeting of Planning and Housing Committee and Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee the authority for the special meeting under Section 26 to discuss the provincial planning statement. Related updates to the official plan. Be it further resolved that such meeting, if possible, be held in April 2025.
Thank you, Councillor Leeper. Is that carried? Notices of motion, Councillor Brockington.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to table this notice of motion regarding the use of the Mooney's Bay parking lot, whereas the St. Elias Antiochian Orthodox Parish, located at 750 Ridgewood Avenue, is expecting significant attendance during the Orthodox Easter period that will result in overflow parking needs that cannot be accommodated on their site. And whereas the parish has requested the ability for their parishioners to use the Mooney's Bay Park parking lot during the Easter season in keeping with past arrangements, whereas with 1,600 families in the parish, there have been community concerns with accommodating overflow parking, on the local residential streets during the Orthodox Easter period. And whereas parking at city parks for unrelated uses is generally not permitted if it is unrelated to the use of the park, and whereas the Parks and Facilities Bylaw 2004-276 provides the general hours of operation of parks from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., therefore be it resolved that Council approve the issuance of a park permit to allow the St. Elias Antiochian Orthodox Parish the use of the Moonies Bay Park parking lot during their Orthodox Easter events on the following dates and times. Sunday, April 13th from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Friday, April 18th from 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and Saturday, April 19th from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. April 20th. Be it further resolved that Council waive the associated park rental fees. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Brockington. Motion to introduce bylaws. Councillor Carr.
That the bylaws listed on the agenda under motion to introduce bylaws, 3 readings, be read and passed.
Is that carried? Confirmation bylaw. Councillor Carr.
That the following bylaw be read and passed to confirm the proceedings of the council meeting of February 26, 2025.
Is that carried? Are there any inquiries? Okay. Motion to adjourn. I feel like we had time for another song. Motion to adjourn, Councillor Carr.
I'm not going to sing this. That the proceedings of the City Council meeting of February 26, 2025 be adjourned.
Is that carried? Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your day.